Anthony wasn't supposed to come over. He texted me saying he was at the mall. I said, cool, have fun. He said, see you tomorrow. That should have been the end of it. But Anthony had a key to my apartment. I gave it to him 6 months ago when I went on vacation and needed someone to water my plants. He never gave it back. I never asked for it back. We'd been best friends since sophomore year of college. He crashed at my place all the time. I crashed at his. The key didn't matter. Until today. I was standing in front of my bedroom mirror wearing a pink sundress I bought online 3 weeks ago. My hair was longer than it used to be. I'd been growing it out for 8 months and told everyone I was just trying a new look. The wig I ordered sat on my desk. I hadn't worked up the courage to try it yet. The dress fit better than I expected. It had thin straps and came down to my knees and made me look almost like the girl I saw in my head when I closed my eyes at night. Christina. That's what I called her. I was alone. My roommate Morgan was at his girlfriend's place for the weekend. I had the whole apartment to myself for 2 days. 48 hours to be Christina instead of John. To exist as myself without hiding. I heard the front door open. My blood turned to ice. Footsteps in the hallway. Anthony's voice calling out. John. You here? I forgot my wallet last night. I couldn't move. Couldn't breathe. Couldn't think. The bedroom door was open. I watched in the mirror as Anthony walked past the hallway, then stopped. Backed up. Looked into my room. Our eyes met in the reflection. Time stopped. Anthony's face went through about 5 different expressions in 2 seconds. Confusion. Surprise. Shock. Something else I couldn't read. Then nothing. Just blank. I can explain, I said. My voice came out higher than normal. Softer. The voice I'd been practicing. Anthony didn't say anything. He just stood there in the doorway holding his phone. I was just trying something, I said. The words felt stupid leaving my mouth. It's not what it looks like. What does it look like? Anthony asked quietly. I turned around to face him. The dress swished when I moved. I don't know. Are you? He stopped. Started again. Is this a sex thing? No. Then what? I couldn't say it. The words were right there in my throat, but they wouldn't come out. Anthony was my best friend. We told each other everything. But I'd never told him this. I'd never told anyone this. I should go, Anthony said. Wait. I'll come back later when you're done with whatever this is. Anthony, please. He left. I heard the front door close. Then silence. I stood there in my blue sundress in my empty apartment and felt like I was going to throw up. I changed back into my normal clothes. Jeans and a t-shirt. John's clothes. I shoved the dress into the back of my closet. I sat on my bed and stared at the wall and tried to figure out what just happened. Anthony didn't text me that night. Or the next day. By Sunday evening, I couldn't take it anymore. I sent him a message. Can we talk? He didn't respond for 2 hours. Then finally. Yeah. Coffee tomorrow? We met at the cafe near campus where we always met. Anthony was already there when I arrived. He had his usual black coffee. I got my usual latte. We sat at our usual table by the window. Everything felt different. So Anthony said, Are you going to tell me what's going on? I wrapped my hands around my cup. The warmth helped. I'm trans. The words came out easier than I expected. Like saying them out loud made them real for the first time. Anthony took a sip of his coffee. Okay. That's it? Just okay. What do you want me to say? I don't know. Something. Anything. Anthony leaned back in his chair. How long have you known? Since high school, maybe. I don't know exactly. And you never told me. I couldn't. Why not? Because I was scared. Because I didn't know how you'd react. Because telling someone makes it real. It was already real. Not like this. We sat in silence. People moved around us. Ordering coffee. Laughing. Living normal lives. Everything felt far away. What's your name? Anthony asked. What? Your real name. Not John. Something in my chest loosened. Christina. Christina. He said it like he was testing it out. I like it. Really? Yeah. It suits you. I felt tears starting. I blinked them back. You're not mad. Why would I be mad? Because I lied to you. You didn't lie. You just weren't ready to tell me. That's different. I thought you'd hate me. Anthony looked at me like I was crazy. John. Christina. Whatever. You're my best friend. That doesn't change because you wear a dress. It changes everything. It changes some things. Not everything. I took a shaky breath. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to be her. I don't know if I'm brave enough to transition. I don't know anything. Then we figure it out. Together. We finished our coffee. Anthony asked questions. Some of them were awkward. Some of them hurt. But he was trying. Really trying. And that was more than I expected. When we left the cafe, Anthony hugged me. A real hug. Not the quick bro hug we usually did. A long, tight hug that made me feel safe. Thanks for telling me, he said. Thanks for not running away. I'd never run away from you. We walked back toward campus. The sun was setting. The air was getting cold. Anthony shoved his hands in his pockets. So when do I get to meet Christina? He asked. Like properly. Not just walking in on her unexpectedly. I don't know. I'm not ready for people to see me yet. I'm not people. I'm me. I thought about it. Maybe next weekend. If you want. That next Saturday, Anthony came over. I spent 3 hours getting ready. I put on the blue dress. Did my makeup. Tried the wig. Looked at myself in the mirror and barely recognized the person staring back. When I opened the door, Anthony smiled. A real smile. Hey Christina, he said. Those 2 words broke something open inside me. I started crying. Anthony hugged me again. You look beautiful. I look like a mess. You look like you. We spent the afternoon watching movies. Anthony didn't treat me different. He didn't stare. He didn't make it weird. He just acted normal. Like I'd always been Christina. Like this was how it was supposed to be. Around 6, Anthony's phone buzzed. He looked at it and his face changed. What? I asked. Nothing. Just my sister. What about her? He hesitated, then showed me his phone. A text from someone named Amy. Is John really trans? Morgan told me. My stomach dropped. Morgan knows. I guess he came home early last weekend. Saw something. And he told your sister? Apparently. I felt sick. Morgan was Anthony's roommate. They'd known each other forever. If Morgan knew, that meant other people knew. That meant it was spreading. I'm sorry, Anthony said. It's not your fault. I can talk to him. Tell him to keep his mouth shut. It's too late for that. My phone started buzzing. Text after text. People I knew from classes. From clubs. From parties. Some supportive. Some confused. Some cruel. I turned my phone off. My hands were shaking. Hey, Anthony said. Look at me. I looked at him. This isn't how you wanted people to find out. I get that. But maybe it's better this way. Now you don't have to hide. I'm not ready. Nobody's ever ready. We sat there in my living room while my life fell apart around me. Anthony didn't leave. He stayed right next to me the whole time. Around midnight, I finally checked my phone again. 53 messages. Most I ignored. But one stood out. From my mom. We need to talk. Come home tomorrow. I showed Anthony. He read it and his face went dark. What are you going to do? He asked. I don't know. Do you want me to come with you? You'd do that. Of course. I thought about my mom. Her face when she found out. Her voice. The disappointment. The confusion. The probable rejection. Then I thought about Anthony sitting next to me. The only person who knew the real me. The only person who stayed. Yeah, I said. I want you to come. Anthony nodded. Then I'll be there. He left around 1. I sat alone in my apartment, still wearing the blue dress. Tomorrow, everything would change. Tomorrow, I'd have to face my family. Tomorrow, Christina would stop being a secret. But tonight I was still here. Still myself. Still breathing. My phone buzzed one more time. A text from Anthony. Whatever happens tomorrow, you're not alone. I promise. I read it 3 times. Then I noticed something. The message wasn't from Anthony's normal number. It was from a number I didn't recognize. I scrolled up to see previous messages from that number. My heart stopped. Messages from 3 months ago. Messages I'd ignored thinking they were spam. Hey John. This is Amy. Anthony's sister. I don't know if he told you, but I'm trans too. FTM. Transitioned 2 years ago. If you ever want to talk, I'm here. I stared at the screen. Anthony knew. He'd known for months. His sister had reached out to me. Had seen something in me that I thought I was hiding. Had offered help. And Anthony never said a word. Never pushed. Never forced me. Just waited until I was ready. Until I wasn't ready and life forced my hand anyway. I texted back. Not to Amy. To Anthony. You knew. 3 dots appeared. Then stopped. Then appeared again. Amy suspected. I wasn't sure. But I hoped you'd tell me when you were ready. Why didn't you say anything? Because coming out is your choice. Not mine. I sat there crying in my blue dress at 2 in the morning. Anthony texted again. Still picking you up at 9 tomorrow? Yeah. See you then. I fell asleep that night as Christina for the first time. Scared. Exposed. But somehow less alone than I'd ever been. If you enjoyed this story, you can find more like it in my Femboy and Cross-Dressing Stories bundle. 5 complete stories available now on Amazon for just $4.99. Until next time, keep exploring, feeling, and becoming who you are.